What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of BTR Beyond the Ropes. I'm one of your hosts, Retro Relapse, aka Fernando, and with me, as always, is my co-host, the other host, Randizzle, aka Randy, the BFF. What does it do, Randizzle?
What is going on, man? Another fantastic week of wrestling. But before we get into it, make sure you pop open a nice cold one. Have yourself a Steve Weiser, maybe. I don't know.
Ooh.
One of them drinks. And go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button before you get a little too sauced up. And make sure to hit that notification so you can get notified whenever we drop new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday. And you can find us on all your favorite podcast platforms, and of course at the social medias at Beyond the Ropes Pod. So what it do, man? A lot of wrestling.
.com. Oh my God. Uh, you're not lying. It has been a bunch of wrestling going on, and it's nice to see, man. It's a new year,
You me?
new stories, hopefully getting pushed through. Knowing that we have new pay per views and things that are coming up.
There's a lot of things going on, and I believe that I'll touch base real quick.
Touch it.
NXT just had their New Year's Evil TV pay-per-view yesterday, and it was already announced that Jordan Grace is gone.
Oh, they actually announced it.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
called up. Oba Femi had a title match, beat Kevin Knight from not Kevin Knight. Is it? Yeah, it's Kevin Knight. No, it's not Kevin Knight. What's
no,
that kid's
Kevin.
name from TNA? Shit.
Eli Drake, dummy. Yeah.
It wasn't Eli Drake, but he beat someone from TNA. He defended his championship, beat him, and then left his belt in the middle of the ring, signifying my assumption, and pretty obvious, that he is moving to bigger and better things. And in WWE, NXT is the feeder system, and they just, in one fell swoop, have taken away. And the women are still good. The women's roster in NXT is still very strong. They lost two people. Last Legend, which has been gone for a little bit with Nia Jax teaming up, and now announced Jordan Grace. But in one fell swoop, within a 7 day period, they lost Javon Evans,
Mm-hmm.
Trick Williams,
Mm-hmm.
Oba Femi. Those were their
Mm-hmm.
three biggest stars in NXT
And Jordan Grace.
and in Jordan Grace. So like you got a lot of that's a lot. So right at the end of NXT, they showed Ava, the GM of NXT, and she said, y'all need to step up. Y'all need to step up. People are leaving, people are getting called up, and it's people's time to shine. So I'm curious because there's a lot of still vets there. You got Sean Spears, of course. You got Ethan Page, who is your North American champion. You have Ricky Stark, or Ricky Saints. He was currently your former NXT champion, and now it looks like he might be vying for it now that Obafemi has relinquished it.
Are
But
you sure? Because I heard that one's going to the main roster too.
I didn't hear that one. I think they're gonna need him in NXT. To be honest with you, right now, I think in a couple of months, maybe mid-year, absolutely that could be a thing. But they need some people to step up in NXT. So this is an opportunity. There's a lot of people in WWE ID programs. They have that NIL deals with all these fucking athletes. They've been showing that woman Kendall Gray. She is currently the Evolve Women's Champion. So they've been kind of showing people. You got Blake Monroe, who has recently came over not too long ago from AEW, formerly Mariah May. So I'm curious to see what happens there. And obviously, we don't watch too much NXT. I just want to bring it up because, well, that happened 2 days ago, and it's a lot of fucking change. And it's just a new year, but it's pretty awesome, only because it's almost like a fresh slate. It's the beginning of the year, mix shit up, give people opportunities. This is time, and that's not just happening in NXT. It is definitely happening on Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite for AEW, and Collision in AEW because there are new champions.
They're calling this a shakeup. And in retrospect, you can see it as a shakeup because they're trying to make new things happen. Why not just have a draft?
I wonder maybe, and this is just an assumption, maybe because NXT right now is really truly a feeder system compared to what it used to be when it was NXT Black and Gold and its own brand. Maybe instead of calling up people, they're just moving pawns around and kind of having more debuts instead of pulling people from outside. What's outside of bringing back Rusev, who didn't really make a splash, bringing back Aleister Black, who hasn't really made a splash, fucking getting rid of Killer Clark across, bringing in Matt Cardona. Everyone else who's really made a debut is just pretty much from NXT coming up.
Hmm.
So I don't know if maybe that has something to do with it. That NXT isn't its own brand. It's really just they are truly you know, what's the word? They're truly using it, utilizing it as a feeder system. Let's put you to work in Florida and then move you up when you're ready. So
Hmm.
maybe that's why they didn't have a draft. Again, this is just an assumption, but that's how I would see it. If you're the way you saw it on, did you ever watch WWE Unreal? I know you didn't like it, but you did. You saw
I
it,
did
right?
watch it. I did
So
watch it.
okay, so
I was curious to see what it was about, and I liked it.
think of it like this: if you saw in the beginning of that show, they really lay out a board, right? The day
Hmm.
after fucking WrestleMania, or the weekend after WrestleMania, after Raw,
Hmm.
it really is just a sit down and saying, let's fucking plan out the majority of the year for your
Hmm.
big stars, right?
Right.
So I'm wondering the reason they didn't shake it up is because they put too much eggs in a basket for people where they're at to really focus on centralized stories. Of course, like we said last week or on Tuesday as well, people get hurt, shit changes. This is not ballet, this is fucking wrestling. So I'm just curious, and maybe that's why they didn't have this, and they're just calling up people to fill in the spot, to fill in the gaps,
Hmm.
right? You said it. You said it on Tuesday. SmackDown's 3 hours. Netflix, two, two plus. Sometimes not really. They're really
Two and a
kind of
half.
sticking 2.5,
It's been
right?
it, it's been teetering 2.5.
And then so you got that's almost 6 hours. That's 5.5 hours plus the 2 hours for NXT, right?
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
8.5 or 7.5. Then you got Evolve, which is an hour. It's 8.5. Like that's a lot of wrestling to produce and write stories for. So I'm just curious. Maybe that's why they plan way ahead in advance. Because obviously before, when Vince McMahon was there, it was all his brainchild, right? You'd run stories by
Hmm.
him, and he'd give the green light, red light, and if he liked something a whole lot, then he would put all his money into it. But outside of that, it was just another sub story to the main story. And it looks like now with Triple H at the helm, it's really just story based. We talked about long term booking.
Hmm.
Maybe that's why they didn't have a draft. It's all this stuff is meant to be long term. So that's my assumption. Maybe hopefully the shakeup of moving people around or someone getting hurt and then debuting on the other brand. I don't know. What's your take on that?
Yeah. You took the words right out of my mouth. Every single one of them. What am I supposed to say?
Well, you're saying it now. You don't know. And this is what this episode's all about. I don't know part two.
I don't know. And that's what we were talking about before we got in here. What do you want to talk about? Well, Cody Rhodes, I don't know part two, because that's exactly what's going on here. There's so much of myth things that are going to miss this shakeup that we don't know. We as fans don't know who's going where, what's going to happen with what. We just know that people are being moved, and it's pretty abrupt, and it's just kind of weird, because usually WWE has more pomp and circumstance when it comes to making things happen, whether it's moves from one roster to another, things that are going on from one company to another, or stuff that they're doing with their subgenre, or pulling people from the indies or their home little OVW back in the day kind of thing. They're picking grounds, they're farming grounds, where they pull their talent from. So the fact that these things are just kind of happening sudden, out of nowhere, sudden. Hey, let's put someone. We need this guy now, so screw him, and we're gonna make a vignette that he's gonna be a powerhouse. He's coming in soon. That just kind of puts you at in a weird place emotionally, that hey man, WWE doesn't even know what the fuck they're doing. So what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen? What are we looking at now? Are we gonna see a lot of these newcomers in the Royal Rumble? Are they gonna go to Saudi Arabia? What else is gonna transcribe with how they're going to intertwine these new people in with some of the guys that were already in stories. Are they going to interject them? Okay, now you're going to be part of the vision, or oh, now you're going to be part of the Wyatt Six, or maybe we're just going to put all these guys against the Wyatt Six, just because I only throw out names like that because we don't know shit, and it's crazy that we're still not going to know because until they can figure something out and get their head out of their ass, we're in for a long ride.
Isn't this the low of wrestling sometimes?
Uh
Right?
huh.
We hit the low right going into what spring? We go into spring usually.
Well,
Well,
uh,
I know WrestleMania. I know there's WrestleMania, but
no, 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 no. I don't mean that. We're January, so we're this should be more of it where it's building up for Royal Rumble.
but you said it right there. Like it's Royal Rumble and right after Royal Rumble's the road to WrestleMania, right? We know just from years and years and years of watching wrestling as a whole, not just WWF, not WWE, WCW, ECW, AEW now, all that good stuff, that more and this is more centralized, I guess, to WWE is they're gonna put their focus on their big stars.
Right.
It's just and they're gonna spend a lot of the time. You're gonna start and don't get me wrong, it already happens now, but get ready to hear more people talking, more fucking vignettes, and 4 to 5 matches a show if you're lucky. If you're lucky, right? Because at the end of the day, the things that they're gonna debut or kind of put the spotlight on is gonna be the two heavyweight champions from each brand, depending if the person holding the mid card belt, like the US or the IC, has a good story, they might push that. We already automatically know that tag teams get put to the back burner 100%. It just happens every fucking year. And then if depending on what women hold what title will determine if they get more shine on them than the other. It just happens.
Hmm.
It's been like that since I've been watching wrestling since I believe the 90s, early 90s. So my assumption is yes, you want to have those stories and you want to have that build up to Royal Rumble, then WrestleMania, but we never get that. We never get that. You're only going to get whoever's in the title contention or title picture, and maybe a good vignette for someone who they just bring it in. That's really it. That's all you're going to get. And stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for a lot of talking. That's just what it's going to be. It usually is.
With this shakeup, we know there's a bunch of male stars that are already getting the push. Obviously,
Mhm.
that's what the focus is. We know of one woman so far, Jordan Grace. Do you think any other women are going to move up to the main roster, or they're kind of going to stay where they're at with that?
I think if there was any woman who maybe had the potential, I don't know what happened in the back or injuries, but So Ruka. So Ruka had
Hmm.
already made some like main roster debuts, but she was never like official. Then she
Hmm.
got hurt, but she was still wrestling in NXT, kinda like a match here and there, and hitting vignettes. So my assumption would be her. She would be the one that they'd probably bring up. I still believe that Mariah May, aka what's her name? Fuck, I forgot. Blake Monroe. Blake Monroe. I
Right.
feel I believe that they're probably going to continue to build her up, let her get more of a heel, because also throughout 2025, a lot of main roster superstars were also going down there a lot. And
Hmm.
then and I'm going to bring this up in 8 days, TNA makes their debut on AMC.
Yes, they do.
They do definitely still have that partnership with WWE. Maybe they use some of them to boost their ratings, or maybe WWE takes advantage of their TV deal to have WWE superstars on AMC. You know, WWE is fucking or let's just fucking say it, greedy fucking bastards, right? There
Hmm.
they are. So I don't foresee it not happening where they use someone else's platform to raise their own platform. So I think they might save people for that, right? Because
Hmm.
I'll give you a fantastic, maybe two good examples, and you let me know. Joe Henry is signed by WWE, right? It was real hush hush. He had totally been a TNA star, doing a lot of stuff with WWE, and then when his contract ran out, he just became a fucking WWE superstar on
Hmm.
NXT. It just happened. So they still have that partnership. He is going to be on TNA TV when they debut. That's
Hmm.
one. They just signed Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona, before this, was doing a lot of stuff with TNA. He also
Hmm.
came over in the TNA NXT invasion. He
Mm-hmm.
came over. He wrestled as Matt Cardona in NXT. Then he had his main roster fight during the John Cena farewell tour as Zack Ryder, and then
Yep.
he made his debut back as Matt Cardona. I don't,
Right.
I do not put it past them to put him also in TNA. Again, just to cross the brand because you're kind of used to seeing him over there, just like Joe Hendry. You're kind of used to seeing him on TNA. To use that partnership to make TNA feel like, hey, we're getting a good deal out of this. They have WWE superstars on our brand. It's fantastic, and it is good, but I think it's more of the greedy side from WWE that it really is. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what's going to happen. I don't know if anyone else. I couldn't see anyone else. I know you said Ricky Saints possibly. Maybe Ethan Page. He's been doing a fantastic job, and he has that partnership with Chelsea Green. I don't know if they bring him up, but I don't think they can afford to bring him up right now. Honestly,
What about Lola Vice? Because she's been doing a lot of stuff with AAA.
I think they will continue to use her for AAA. I don't think it's her time right now to be in the main roster. Maybe in 6 months. Talk to me in 6 months. But I think right now, after losing some of their biggest stars, probably not. NXT has, for the most part, been a women's show. They have more women's talent over there than they do men's talent, and they just lost three of their biggest fucking dudes. you know, so
Whose fault is that?
Triple H.
And NXT?
No, because that's their job.
Shawn Michaels.
That's their job. Make them too big, and
Sir,
they fucking have
what
to
did
move
you
them.
just say? NXT is mostly a women's show. That's because of Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels is the one who hires a lot of these women. Shawn Michaels has some of the biggest say on who gets what on what show and what's going to happen on that NXT show, and that's why you do see more women. I've seen some videos where they show off camera stuff, and he's very well loved and respected and known by the women that work there, and of course they're all vying for time to be on TV, and they've been farming a lot more women lately than they have men. It's crazy.
I'm okay with all the big booty chicks that Shawn Michaels is bringing them into the company. Hey, kudos to you, Shawn Michaels.
And kudos and what it do and happy new year, Geo in the chat. What it do, my guy? So he knows. Damn, Sean knows what he's doing. He damn right he does.
Shit. So I mean, like I
Mhm.
said, you I think you're partially right, but at the same time, I don't think there's enough men's talent because all the big, I would say not all, but a lot of the big men's talent that's in the indies is being scooped by AEW
Yep.
in reality, right? Or Ring of Honor. And then what's left, I think WWE is focusing on these NIL deals with these athletes from
They're too busy
colleges.
worried about these athletes they're picking up. And I was reading something also there. They were saying, "Hey, man, like that's cool, but you don't have stars. You don't have people that are wrestling ready that are picking up what's going on. So you're really starting from scratch with those guys."
Yeah, and I honestly think, as crazy as it may be, that the women are just picking it up faster. To be honest with you, because even
Hmm.
these NIL super collegiate athletes that WWE are picking up that had no idea about wrestling, those women are picking up a lot faster than the fucking men are. And
Hmm.
granted, the men are expected to do a little more, maybe a little more physical in their matches or a little more tough on their promos or whatever the case may be. But clearly, the women are fucking just dominating that show. And whether it's Sean's decision or whether the men just need to fucking step up and get their shit together to be even considered to fucking have TV time, sounds like a them problem than a Shawn Michaels problem.
Yep.
Shawn Michaels likes the ladies.
He likes the big booty Latinas.
That too.
Hmm.
He likes those international women. That's what he likes. There
Sean is from San Antonio,
you go. There you
birth,
go.
birthplace of the big booty Latina. A man of culture. That's right, Gio. Right. He is not a torta finder, though.
He's not. No, no, that's
Thank God.
AEW with those Bozilla, that big woman
That's
who,
a big girl.
and her fighting Megan Bain, another big girl, just
Yes.
athletically big, leaned
Yes.
out. Those big women. Those are big women. And hey, kudos to AEW because AEW, we can kind of jump into that as well. Is
Of course.
AEW definitely is giving a lot of opportunity for a lot of people, especially a lot of strong talent from the indies to come up and even make a debut. Even if they're getting their ass whooped in the background or whatever, they're still making their rounds through ROH and the AEW like house shows kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's a win-win. That I mean, it's good for wrestlers. There's places to go. There's money to be made. It's just I think WWE is in a situation that Tony Khan was in a couple of years ago, where you have a bloated roster. What the fuck do you do? There's not enough TV time unless they plan on making another show, even if it's just an internet show or maybe a women's all women's show like WoW or Shimmer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it being a big problem if they do that, because then now you open up a lot more time on TV for some of these dudes to get some reps. I don't know. We don't know and that's the thing. We don't know what's in store for 2026 for AEW or WWE. What do you think about AEW going on? You see anything? You see anything like that? Like obviously we know there's a new champion MJF. We know his challengers Bandito. Did you see that
Mm-hmm.
interaction yesterday?
I got to see some of Dynamite. I didn't get to finish watching it. I did see where John Moxley and Shelton Benjamin had that eliminator match. And hey man, Benjamin was giving Moxley the business, man. It was good, and I was hoping Benjamin was going to win, but no, John Moxley still took that one. And that was an eliminator match. If Benjamin won, he would have got a shot at the title, but that one didn't fall through. The trios match was good. Young Bucks with Jack Perry against the Man, Ricochet, Bishop Khan, and Toa Leona. The Young Bucks are just hitting it on all fucking cylinders, man. Those boys can do no wrong, and
They
Jack
got
Perry just flipping around with them just made it worth watching.
they got a second win in them. Like there was a minute there, whether it was health reasons, whether they wanted to step back to give other people some shine, whatever the case may be, they just turned it right back on. I think AEW
Hmm.
needed them
They
with
needed a
people
big
getting them
time.
hurt and kind of revamping the tag team division. And hey, who's your fucking go-to guy, trusty, the fucking EVPs?
Hmm.
Bring them back. Let them go. Let them go. Give them a good to great storyline, and they're back in fucking right back in the spotlight. So
Right
I'm okay
back in.
with it. I'm okay with it.
I did not get to see the rest of the show, but there are three matches here, courtesy of our unofficial sponsor, the SmackDownHotel.com. Bandito and Sammy Guevara did fight. Bandito defeated Sammy. I think there was a little blood involved. I think Sammy got hurt a little bit. I did hear that MJF did come out afterwards talking smack to Bandito, so they're building up for their match next week. And I
Bandito
kind of
bitch slapped him to get that dynamite ring. Took it. He
ah,
took the dynamite ring, so you can hold your dynamite ring that you have and know that Bandito holds it now.
MJF still has six more of them, sir. Right. Uh, but either way, I have a wonderful ring always by my side when we do this that is in its utmost prestigious prestige.
I'm
But
better
anyway,
than you, and you know
Tony
it.
Storm and Marina Shafir went at it, and Tony Storm won via DQ. Do you know what happened with that?
I do not. I do not.
Okay, we'll have to watch that one again. And then the lights out match was Adam Page and Swerve Strickland versus the Ops, Powerhouse Hobbs and Hook. I know that's a bunch of meat that was going to be thrown around, so I'm curious to know what happened. But
They
the faces
shine.
did,
They shined the light on Hobbs.
yeah.
They did, and Hobbs was pretty much I would say, the main guy doing. I wouldn't say
Well,
all the work because you got Swerve and Hangman, but he was doing the
I,
big
I would
spots and
believe that he
everything.
was doing most of the work because Hook is still green.
Yeah, no, he was
I
doing the
mean,
work
Hook has
as far as
matches
over the
on him.
match. I mean like throughout the match, like even over Hangman and Swerve,
It's
fucking
kind of
Hobbs was
like
doing it.
Harley. It's kind of like Harley and Willow, right? Fucking Powerhouse Hobbs is Harley who takes all the fucking bumps, and fucking Hook comes in and does the Willow shit. Even
Uh,
though Hook does fight.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes. He doesn't sell. He doesn't know how to fucking take a chair shot without throwing up. Get out of here.
yeah. Oh, and see, it's crazy 'cause it just has the results of the matches, but they did also have the uh celebration for. But
Bypass
hey,
that.
hey, but before I have to put it out there. I'm not congratulating her, but I feel bad for Mercedes. I know she's all for it. She has to agree to some of this shit, but she is. helping put Willow over. I, I hate the fact that they made her eat that cake twice, basically, because they power bombed her in it and they put her face first into it and stuff like that.
She tripped, and
Yeah, she tripped on fucking
Chris
Statlander's
Statlander
foot,
was holding it on her hands, and she tripped and landed face
Harley's
first.
foot. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, I get it. They're she's playing along with it. She's doing well with
She's
it.
a businesswoman, right? You have to
She is.
do business. You gotta do business to make money. It is what it
Yep,
is.
yep. And she was a woman of little words other than just screaming the top of her lungs, bloody murder, which was awesome. But yeah, I'm still whatever. I'm still whatever.
I'm my assumption and my hope is, regardless of whether Polenta before it heals up a little faster or whatever, I'm hoping uh, Mega Problems takes that belt off of Harley and Willow at the very least, so she's not a double champion. I don't think she deserves
Hmm.
it. And this is hearsay. I don't know her as a person. I just know her work from seeing it, and it's not very impressive.
Yeah.
She reminds me she reminds me of Enzo. Remember Enzo?
He's still out there.
He's still out there, but he's better now. He's good now,
Yeah.
but it took a lot of time, a lot of years, right? I think she reminds me of Enzo, where I feel like she still really is green, regardless of how many years she's been doing it. She's indie professional, but not TV. She's TV green, to be honest with you. She don't know how to sell to the TV. She doesn't know how to tell the story of getting her ass beat a little bit, other than faking. I won't say faking because it is what it is, but kind of no selling these spots, which is
Hmm.
shitty. Which isn't shitty for her. It's shitty for the people who are giving her the spots,
Yeah.
right? And it's not cool because she's just like, oh well, you're making someone not look strong when your whole point is to make them look strong so you can do the comeback. That's the whole point.
Yep.
Like nothing's ever changed in wrestling. You have a chicken shit heel who gets the one up, and then the face makes the comeback and gets the win most of the time.
Hmm.
And she's just not pulling her her part of the load. It's just she's just letting it drag on the floor.
Yeah.
And to be a double champion, I don't know who she sucked off or what she's doing to do it, but it.
Not what you know, it's who you blow.
Heyo.
That's the way to do it. Unless she came with a whole bunch of blow for Tony Khan. Oh, that's some good
Woo!
shit. uh, I know we are working towards an AEW. Next week is a bigger show that they're doing for their TV pay per views. I don't have the name. I don't have it here. Maximum Carnage, which is going between here and I'm sorry, it's Dynamite and on Collision. And if I'm not mistaken, they're for January, the month of January. We forgot to mention this. I don't know, like last time we were on. AEW Collision has a residency in Dallas right now at the the esports arena that they have over there.
I know they are coming to Cedar Park January 28th.
Yes, and that's Dynamite.
Nice.
Yes, the
I'm curious to see what happens because they're leading into their Revolution pay-per-views in March, right? Correct.
what?
Their pay-per-views in March.
Revolution. Yes, sir.
Revolution's in March, right? So that's in 2 months or a month and a half, depending on when it is on in March. And then you got Royal Rumble at the end of the month, right? January 31st, you said?
Yep. I'm looking at this. I'm sorry. I got a little mesmerized by this. For that Maximum Carnage, because it's in Phoenix, Arizona, it is on a different time.
It's Mountain Time, isn't it?
Yes. Uh Pacific time. 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. So that means it's 4 p.m. here in the States. 4:30 Central. That's
Early night.
weird.
Well, remember,
So,
Phoenix doesn't. They don't go by daylight savings time. They just stick to whatever time it is. As
yeah.
crazy as it sounds, so.
Yeah. They already have 3 matches on the card so far. Trios match: Chris Statlander and Babes of Wrath versus the Triangle of Madness: Tekla, Julia Hart, Sky Blue. And then Darby Allin versus Pac. We're finally going to get that match. And MJF versus Bandito for the World Heavyweight Championship.
The Triple B, huh?
The Triple B. The Triple B.
That's a you said it's a TV pay-per-view, right?
TV, yes.
So maybe
The-
6 matches altogether.
I'm pretty sure. Well, because remember, it's going to be it's being split between Dynamite and Collision.
Okay, so 5-4, 5-5.
Yeah, or 4-4, or 2-8.
And that also happens, yes.
The next one for AEW is Grand Slam Australia, and that's happening February 14th, which is a Saturday.
Valentine's Day.
Correct. And the time for that one is TBD, but more than likely that'll probably be like an early morning one for us since it's Australia.
Yeah,
Uh,
probably earlier.
and then of course March 15th, I think during spring break, hopefully,
I
or is
think
it
it is.
after
Yeah, I think it's
or
during spring break.
after spring break? I don't know. I heard spring break is earlier for schools this year. If I'm not mistaken, at least I know over here, the 9th through the 13th is spring break. I'm pretty sure there are other places that have the 16th to the 20th, but the 15th is a Sunday.
Oh yeah.
So this is a Sunday pay per view. No, AEW's been doing more Saturday pay per views. Uh, every once in a while they do have a Sunday. I don't know. Is that daylight savings time? No, no. Doesn't tell me right off the bat. So yeah, the 15th of March, AEW Revolution, Los Angeles, California, Crypto.com Arena.
Nice. What about WWE? So they have Royal Rumble at the end of the month.
Uh
Then they
huh.
have a Saturday Night Main Event, I think.
WWE pay per view schedule. We just had NXT's New Year's Evil.
That was Tuesday.
We have a Saturday night main event coming up on the 24th in Montreal, Quebec, Canada,
So that's before the Royal Rumble.
the
Okay.
week before. And then the following week is Royal Rumble 2026, January 31st in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And the time is still TBD according to SmackDownHotel.com. Oh my God. So yeah, but usually I think that's like what in the past. What that stuff is like 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's like mid-afternoon.
You know,
One
let
or
me look at
two. One or two.
25. Let's look at last year's for the fun of it. What did they have that was out of over there in
Crown
Riyadh?
Jew? No,
Crown,
it's not Crown. Crown Jew's in
no,
Perth.
Night of Champions.
Night of Champions.
And Night of Champions, they did not show the damn time. What the hell? How dare you don't tell us the time? Yeah, that one didn't have the time on it. Ah, doo doo. I'll Google it later. Whatever. But back to the pay per views. After Royal Rumble in February, we have Elimination Chamber,
Okay.
and that's February 28th. So the end of February,
So
Chicago, Illinois.
2 weeks after fucking Revolution, or the what do you say AEW has on the 14th?
Grand Slam,
Grand
Australia.
Slam. So 2 weeks after that, you have that.
Well, before we keep going, Gio in the chat, did y'all think Jericho was showing up on Monday?
Well, Fern
We had
definitely
our
talked about
hopes
it on
up.
Tuesday.
Yeah, we did, on the Tuesday show we did touch on that, Gio. We did have our hopes up, but unfortunately it wasn't in the cards. So I think they're gonna save it for Rumble, hopefully.
They said he's unavailable the first week of February because he's doing a tour. The first couple of days, I think the first 3 weeks of February, Chris Jericho's doing a tour of Fozzy, so he'll be out. So don't expect him to make a debut sooner than that. So
I mean, you wouldn't think he'd come in and do a Rumble spot? Everyone does a Rumble spot.
no, no, no. Well, no, I don't know, man. Like, that's tough because that is in 21 days or
It's a Saturday night.
30 days. Saturday night, maybe. That's
Saturday
usually.
night.
I
Wouldn't
don't know.
hurt for Jericho to come out, do Rumble, stay and do Monday Night Raw the next day, and then be out till Chamber end of the month, so he can finish his tour.
Do you think if he does come out, I don't think he'll win it because he's coming in, but do you think he'll be one of the last few or
I think so. I not the last four, but he'll be like the last six in there,
okay?
and then he'll get thrown out in anticipation of thinking he's gonna go in it all the way. But I don't. I see him coming in maybe number 20.
I'm thinking like 23, yeah, early
Mhm.
20s. Now let me ask you this, because I saw rumors that he might come out to his Judas song. Do you think he comes out to the Y2J song or the
Dude,
Judas?
I would love it if he came out to fucking Judas.
That's what
I
they're
would
saying. They're
love
saying
it.
that he might come out to his song, his
Why not?
Judas.
That's his song. That's his money.
But what I'm
That's his
saying is,
shit.
do you think he comes out of that, or for nostalgia reasons, he comes out to the
You're
Y2J?
asking me what I think, and I'm thinking I would love to hear Judas on WWE. Just like we heard the words Matt Cardona on SmackDown. We didn't hear Zack Ryder. We heard introducing Matt Cardona. I would love to hear Judas with Chris Jericho coming out to it, but still paying an homage with the fucking light up jacket.
I would want him to come out to the intro of his old song into like just like a stop, like how he did with a Matt Cardona with a woo woo woo, and it kind of completely just stopped, and then just come out to Judas. But I would want to hear
Countdown.
the countdown or something, or maybe not the full countdown, but definitely like the first half of it, and then just stop, go completely
Yeah.
dead silent, and then come out to that shit.
Give it 5 seconds. Bam, 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 bam. Fireworks.
Dan,
You
dan,
are
dan, 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 yeah.
beautiful. There it is. Yes. And then for the crowd to go fucking nuts singing Judas, and we're like, "How do you know Judas?" Duh, everybody watched him in
You
AEW.
son of
You're
a
gonna say
bitch.
fickle fans never watched fucking AEW? Of course they have.
That's why I think that he would come out to the first part because you think for the casuals who
You
watched
think you know me? Bam, 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 bam,
right,
bam,
but you think of the
bam.
casuals, you think maybe they watched the network or the Peacock stuff, the old stuff, and saw Jericho and his music and kind of just tie it in together. That would be my
Mhm.
assumption to go that route
But
because they
I
did it with
mean,
Matt
that
Cardona.
song Judas has been on fucking XM radio, dude. Like, as a regular song, like on the rock station. So you can't put it past like people don't know it. People know it.
Or
So
whole new
definitely.
music. What do you think? I don't know, maybe new music. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe a new Fozzy song. I don't know.
Well, Learning Tree was them also,
Yeah, it was.
and it wasn't that good.
But because you already saw him with the Judas song, that I think that's why. Maybe he came out with that song, it would have kind of stuck with you a little more. But you saw him with the Judas song for so long in AEW that coming out of that with that new
I
song,
think if you're gonna debut a new song for Jericho, it's the day after because you're gonna lose the crowd with a brand new song they've never heard. You remember, if you want the nostalgia to hit, you got to have something to go with it. Fucking obviously Matt Cardona, woo woo woo, and then they fucking okay, now it's his new song, and now they're gonna know new songs. So yeah, you can't really, if you want to grasp the crowd and you want the fucking pure reaction, you got to give them what they know, not what they don't. If you give them something brand new, you're gonna fuck up the atmosphere.
that's what I'm saying. Like then you just kind of prove my point of him coming out to the Jericho thing, and then maybe the Judas song because
Well,
it's so
yeah, I did.
popular.
I did not. Did I not just fucking laugh and say I want to hear that? Yeah, I agreed with you. Give me the 5 second countdown and out to Judas because everybody knows what that 5 second, what that 10 second countdown sounds like. Yeah, that's great. Throw that shit up, and then hit him with Judas.
Break the wall. Ding, 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 ding.
But hey, I mean, fucking remix.
You said you wanted to see him with a light up jacket.
I would love to see the light up jacket one more time.
I think he comes out with a spike jacket, not light
He's
up,
gonna Painmaker,
half
dude.
Painmaker, yeah, half Painmaker style.
I
Yeah,
don't know. I think he'll come out total full Painmaker with the makeup.
his first feud will be with fucking Aleister Black or Damian Priest.
Would have to be.
Yeah, if he came out that way, absolutely.
It would have to be. It'd be stupid if he didn't do something with somebody big or somebody that he hadn't done before. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
What wild speculation? What do you
Yeah.
think? Because he's a vet, he used to be in WWE. He was one of the bigger people in AEW when they first started, and for a
Mm-hmm.
good while. What do you think his run looks like? Is it a John Cena like greatest hits, limited dates, or is it like I know hearing Jericho in his podcast, he always said if he wanted to do anything, it was always story driven, right? Like he wanted to have a program. He didn't want to have a one and done kind of situation. But do you think his run's going to be more story driven, or is it going to be like just one offs with
A
random
mix
people?
of both limited dates, story driven. So what I'm saying is he's gonna do it like a tour. He'll do 2 months at a time.
I'm okay
So
with that. Yeah.
let's say Jericho comes out, cool. Kevin Owen comes back and they start something. Cool. That goes on for 2 months. Jericho takes a break. He goes off and fucking tours with Ozzy for a couple weeks and then comes back, starts another thing after that. That's to prolong the fact that he doesn't want to just come in and retire right away and you don't get burned out with him.
Agreed. Say almost like Edge's when he first made his date return.
Mhm.
Just like some little program, 8 weeks, maybe even 9 weeks, 10 weeks, and then
Mhm.
off for a little bit, come back, make it seem like he got not hurt, but got beat up pretty good. Could take some time
Mhm.
off.
I don't understand now that you mentioned Edge. What was I know they don't they have personal reasons, of course. But why so long of the fucking hiatus? Him and Christian just fucking disappeared. And that's where all the wild speculation he was going to be in the John Cena thing, the John Cena tournament didn't happen, and they're still not back.
He was filming that show Percy or Percy Jackson or whatever.
There you go.
He was filming. I saw him on it's on Disney, and I saw like the previews, and I was scrolling through the little things,
Hmm.
and he was on there talking to someone else. They were showing like a scene with him in it. I was like, okay, this is probably what he's been doing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Obviously, he has to make up time for being hurt when he broke his leg. So I'm sure. I mean, I don't think his contract's up anytime soon. Either is
Oh no,
Christian's.
no.
So that was
I
just
know.
wild speculation of him showing up for John Cena. I think.
Mm-hmm. But Christian too, he hasn't even been seen either.
I think they're trying to
Yeah.
package him together because obviously Christian wasn't one who got hurt, or
Yeah.
maybe he needed time off to heal. Maybe he was nursing an injury, just wanted to do the fucking job for FTR and call it a day.
You notice we haven't seen Nick Wayne. Well, he was still injured, but we haven't seen Nick Wayne. We haven't seen his mother, and we haven't seen Kip Sabian.
Are they on Ring of Honor?
No, they're AEW.
No, I'm saying like they haven't been in Ring of Honor
They're AEW.
because wasn't
No,
he a pure champion? He was a pure
no,
champion. He was.
no, no. Whatever title he had, he didn't have it anymore.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah, whatever title that he was holding, he did not have, and it was the I think it was the television title.
okay.
It wasn't the pure. Yeah, but yeah, no, he whatever he had, he probably had to relinquish.
Well, the moment they lost Christian and then they lost Luchasaurus or Killswitch,
Hmm.
that kind of was the end of that. Unfortunately, maybe Kip Sabian's taking care of his wife, her
True.
injuries, or maybe he's a producer in the back. I don't know. Like those things, I'm more surprised about the Nick Wayne thing because he's so young and he has the capability of being a big talent. You've
Yeah.
seen him with some of his matches. Like he can fucking go. So I'm just curious on how that plays out as a
Yeah.
whole. But you crazy you bring it up because I didn't even fucking give him a fucking thought to be honest with you. After that
Who?
whole that Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian, ever since Christian left, I was like, okay, well there's the end of that. I've been curious about fucking Cope and Christian why they haven't returned. And I was like, well, is it a fucking injury? Because it has been a while. How long was that pay per view? How long ago was that pay per view?
Shoot, it's been a few.
It's been months, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let me see. When did they fight FTR? And we have all the world's fucking information in our hands, right?
Nick Wayne. Let's see what they got. Okay, well, according to this story, he's nearing return after his injury. Uh,
Last time that Edge and Christian fought was on All Out September 20th.
there you go.
That's a long time ago, dude. September, already 4 months removed. That's a long, long time. Or 3 months and 10 days.
Yeah, he was a TV champ.
Okay,
No, they're just waiting to see what's up. Yeah, but he'll probably end up probably coming back by Revolution, maybe earlier. And this was from December 4th that they're saying he may be coming back.
that's been a
He
month.
wasn't there. He wasn't there in time for what was the pay per view
World's End.
final battle
Final battle.
for Ring of Honor.
Oh, Ring of Honor thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, damn. I couldn't tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about this a couple of weeks ago and last week. Like injuries are a motherfucker. And it took out a lot
Yeah.
of superstars. A lot. 2025 took out a lot of wrestlers for injuries. And some of the people were coming on the up and up. Like perfect example, Naomi. Right? She had just won the
Mm-hmm.
championship. That wasn't an
Yeah.
injury. That was an injury, but similar to that, you had fucking Seth Rollins who had to relinquish his belt. You had that. That's a big thing. You had Osprey who was about to go for against the championships for some championships. That was gone. Kota Ibushi, he's out.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, there's just too many, man. Liv Morgan just came back after that injury. Now Stephanie McCure's hurt. Dominic Mysterio's hurt. Chad
Mm-hmm.
Gable's hurt, and he was about to have that good run as Grande.
He's about
And
to come back.
oh, nice. That's good to hear.
Gable's about to come back. You have a bunch of people also that are making moves and stuff like that. Like I was looking at some stuff here. EC3 is departing from NWA, and he's not a big name, but he was a big name at TNA when he was there. Um, who else was another one? Colby Carino. He was another young star that was up and coming in NWA. He was injured, spinal injury, and he's healed now, and his contract's up. So now he's on the free agency, getting ready to make a move.
What about that kid that got hurt from TNA? He was tagged with Ace Austin. What was his name?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. He's still in recovery. He's nowhere ready yet, but
Yeah, he
he's
was fucking paralyzed for a hot second, and then you
yes,
saw him
he
walking
was.
out on TNA. Like that's pretty
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we didn't even mention this. TNA's next pay per view is coming up in this month. Also, I think it's on the 17th. Genesis.
In Dallas, right?
Yes.
I know they're also doing a residency, or not a residency, but a couple of shows in Dallas as well. Man, there's a lot of wrestling in Texas.
Uh huh.
Why is it North Texas for? Don't
Yep.
they
And
know that San
then
Antonio and Austin, well, San Antonio mainly love fucking wrestling?
I wonder who they would do this. So apparently, an interview with PWMania.com, Moose is credited for working with TNA NXT relationship. You know, as they move about with their new platform and they're getting ready to be on AMC, and he's saying there's a possibility that there's going to be some big wrestler stars in WWE making a swing over to TNA since they're going to go to AMC on that inaugural show. So
I was telling you, you got that Joe. I know Joe Henry's gonna be there. Maybe Matt Cardona. Maybe.
you're going to see bigger stars because now you're on a bigger platform compared to when they were in a smaller platform. They was just an NXT talent.
And I'm pretty sure that having that partnership with WWE helped him get that fucking AMC deal for sure, or A&E deal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, hopefully they make a big splash. And now they got live television every Thursday, I believe. It will
Mm-hmm.
be every Thursday. So hopefully that works out, and we can be talking about a little more wrestling, right? It never ends. More, more, more. And it's a
That's
good
right.
thing. It's a good thing because we talked about this and we've been talking about it. Like the wrestling business, it's not what you've done, it's what have you done for me lately. And you need to fucking create those new stars. You need to have those big moments. You need to have those awesome fucking matches with all these fucking awesome wrestlers, professional wrestlers, superstars, whatever you want to call them. Like, you really need to fucking push that. And we're in the up and up, right? Like we're in the upswing right now, right? Yeah, there is a low. There
Feels
always
like it
is.
is.
Yeah, there's always a low. Like trying to figure out what you're gonna do. People get hurt, and that's tough. You make debuts. That's also tough to fit them in to the storylines or the roster. And then you have new shows popping up. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens because you have your TNA World Champion in Kazarian.
Mm-hmm.
You have your what
Your X
Raw.
Division champion, Leon Slater in TNA. There's two matches that were announced for Genesis. He's defending his title against Cedric Alexander and Moose. So it's a three-way match for his title. They also have another match that was set up for Elijah versus Mustafa Ali. That's going to be happening at Genesis.
Mustafa Ali, ever since he left WWE, has been fucking putting on some bangers in
He just got
TNA.
resigned too. He
Nice,
just
nice.
got resigned to TNA, and the Righteous that were in AEW for a bit, and Ring of Honor are over in TNA, and they're trying to stir up some noise over there because they're stealing the Hardys' moves and trying to upset them so they could try to get in I guess a match,
Tag match. Yeah, that's a
a
championship match.
championship match. Yes,
I think the Hardys have three belts right now, right? They have the Hog, they have the fifth rope, or
I
what's
stand
that? Or fourth
corrected.
rope.
They are officially set to defend their gold
There
against
you
the
go.
Righteous. Yep.
There you go. So got a lot of wrestling coming up. And when's that pay per view?
January 17th, Saturday.
Damn. So
So a week from now.
that's what's up.
Week in a couple of days. Yep. Oh, and then so you have the ones we said already, and then JDC's retirement match. JDC versus Eddie Edwards.
Oh, Fandango. Da-da.
I was thinking Dirty Dango, right?
Dirty Dango. Yeah. That's right. He's
Mm-hmm.
retiring. This is his retirement thing, and he's
Mm-hmm.
finding one of his friends in the system, Eddie Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
You said Eddie Edwards, right?
Eddie Edwards. That's right.
So he's having a match with one of his buddies from the system.
Yep.
They're probably gonna fucking go all out. One last
Oh
match.
yeah. They better. They'd be dumb not to.
Hell yeah, that's what's up. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of things happening. Like I mean, people are retiring. You just had the Ace from New Japan just retire. You had the end of last year, John Cena. So I mean, things are happening, man. Things are happening.
Yeah.
But you know what you can do? What's gonna be consistent is you can stay tuned and watch every Tuesday and Thursday Beyond the Ropes podcast. We're gonna go live every Thursday, and you can watch a recorded show every Tuesday. Twitch, YouTube, Spotify with video, or wherever you get your podcast needs. Make sure to hit that little bell, get notified whenever we drop the
Ding ding.
episodes. And like I said, I mean, comment, share with your friends. We need it. We want to go live on Facebook, and we could do Instagram, but we haven't figured out the logistics on putting these things on fucking Instagram because the fucking frame is a lot smaller. At the very least on Facebook, give us a follow on Facebook and go live, and we need maybe a couple of more subscribers. Get there.
A couple. We need quite a few. We're teetering towards the 70s. Once we get, if I'm not mistaken, what it said was once we hit 100 followers on our Facebook, we can go live on Facebook. So please tell your friends. Just hit that like button. Follow us. We'll spam you. Believe me. But we want to just put wrestling out there for you guys, and we want to do it live on there so we can get off the Twitch machine because the Twitch machine is pretty boring.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe we'll go to Kick.
Maybe so. YouTube Live is the goal this year, so
YouTube Live,
definitely.
let's go. Yeah.
Yes, we definitely want to get up in there, but we can't do it without you. So please support us and we support you.
Exactly, exactly. So I guess we'll just end it there, and all you can do is stay tuned for more stories, more violence.
And watch us because we're the podcast. The head's back, brother.
Woo! Ah.